everyone, and welcome to another episode of Growth Digger, where we break down the biggest trends in marketing, AI, and MarTech. I'm your host, Akanksha Das, Director of Marketing and Communications at Growth Natives. Today's topic is something almost every HubSpot user can relate to. Your HubSpot backend is either powering AI or poisoning it. With AI capabilities like HubSpot Breeze becoming more powerful every day, many organizations are excited about automation. But here's the question: what happens if the data you're feeding AI isn't reliable? To help us unpack this, I'm joined by Gaurav Rajput, Senior Director, MarTech at Growth Natives. Gaurav has worked with countless organizations to optimize their HubSpot ecosystems, improve marketing operations, and build scalable AI-ready systems. Gaurav, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Akanksha. I'm excited to be here because this is a conversation every marketing and RevOps team should be having right now.
Let's begin with something that caught my attention in the article. You paint a picture of a contact record with incomplete job titles, outdated lifecycle stages, and messy data. Why start there?
Because that's the reality inside most CRMs. Every organization has that one contact with a strange name, outdated information, or a life cycle stage that's been stuck for years. Before AI, those issues were inconvenient. Today, they're dangerous because AI assumes the data is accurate. It doesn't question the record, it simply acts on it.
That's an important distinction. People often think AI is smart enough to recognize bad data.
Exactly. AI is intelligent, but it isn't skeptical. If your CRM says someone is your ideal prospect, AI believes it. If your workflow incorrectly marks someone as an active opportunity, AI will prioritize them without hesitation. Garbage in still means garbage out, just much faster.
We've always talked about data quality, but why has AI suddenly made it such a critical issue?
Because AI operates at scale. Earlier, sales reps or marketers would manually review records and spot obvious mistakes. Now, AI can generate emails, assign lead scores, recommend follow ups, or build audience segments in seconds. If the underlying data is wrong, those mistakes get repeated hundreds or thousands of times automatically. Instead of saving time, you're scaling poor decisions.
You mentioned four areas where CRM data usually starts falling apart. Let's walk through them. What's the first one?
The biggest culprit is properties. You'll often see 5 different versions of the same field. Take job title, for example. One person writes marketing manager, someone else types marketing. To a human, those are basically identical. To AI, they're completely different values. That affects segmentation, personalization, reporting, almost everything.
So even something that looks small creates a chain reaction.
Exactly. Small inconsistencies become large business problems once AI starts relying on them.
The second issue you highlighted was workflows. Most companies are proud of how many automations they've built.
And they should be, but only if those workflows are still relevant. One thing we see repeatedly is what I call zombie workflows. Someone built an automation 3 years ago. That employee left. Nobody remembers why the workflow exists, but it still runs every day. Then a new workflow gets created. Now the two automations start updating the same records differently. The CRM becomes confused and AI inherits that confusion.
That's probably more common than organizations realize.
Much more common. Automation should simplify operations, not preserve years of forgotten decisions.
Let's move to duplicates. Most people see duplicate contacts as a reporting problem. Is it more serious than that?
Absolutely. Imagine I'm interacting with your company using my personal email and my work email. Half my engagement history lives on one contact, the other half lives somewhere else. Instead of seeing one highly engaged buyer, AI sees two average prospects. Neither gets prioritized. Eventually, sales says lead scoring doesn't work. The truth is, the scoring wasn't broken. The data was fragmented. Integrations can quietly break your CRM.
The fourth issue is disconnected integrations. How does that impact AI?
Every connected platform writes data differently. Maybe your webinar platform updates one property. Salesforce updates another. A third-party integration overwrites values without preserving history. Eventually, nobody knows which system contains the truth. AI simply uses whichever value appears latest. That creates inconsistent reporting and inconsistent recommendations.
One example I really liked compared two companies using exactly the same AI but getting completely different outcomes. Can you explain that?
Sure, imagine the same prospect fills out the same demo form. In one company, the CRM immediately matches the person to an existing contact, combines all previous engagement, assigns a high lead score, and routes the lead to sales within minutes. Now imagine another company. The form creates a duplicate record. AI assigns two mediocre scores instead of one strong score. Neither reaches the routing threshold. Sales never contacts the buyer. The prospect chooses a competitor. The only difference was the quality of the back end.
That's probably one of the clearest examples of why back-end health matters. For someone listening today who's thinking, our portal probably has these issues, where should they begin?
Don't try cleaning everything, that almost never works. Instead, prioritize the data AI actually uses. Start with your most important properties, life cycle stage, lead status, owner fields. Standardize those first. You don't need to clean 500 properties overnight. Fix the ones influencing AI decisions.
What comes after properties?
Review your workflows, export the entire workflow list, ask simple questions. Is this still needed? Does anyone understand what it does? Who created it? If nobody can answer those questions, it deserves attention. Sometimes deleting one outdated workflow improves data quality more than adding 10 new automations.
One misconception is that once we clean the CRM once, we're done. That's not really true, is it?
Not at all. Data naturally decays. People change companies, email addresses become inactive, new integrations get added. A healthy CRM isn't a one time project, it's an ongoing discipline.
What's interesting is that none of these recommendations are actually about AI. They're about building a better operational foundation.
Exactly. Companies often ask, how do we get more value from Breeze? My answer is usually another question. Can Breeze trust your data? Because AI isn't the starting point, clean operations are. When your CRM reflects reality, AI becomes incredibly powerful. When it doesn't, AI simply automates confusion.
Before we wrap up, if listeners remember just one thing from today's conversation, what should it be?
I'd say this: don't think of AI as a magic solution. Think of it as a multiplier. If your backend is organized, AI multiplies good decisions. If your backend is messy, it multiplies bad ones. The quality of your AI outcomes will always reflect the quality of the system behind it.
That's a great takeaway. AI isn't replacing CRM hygiene, it's making CRM hygiene more important than ever. The organizations that see the biggest gains from AI won't necessarily be the ones using the most features. They'll be the ones that have invested in clean data, well designed workflows, and connected systems. Gaurav, thank you so much for joining us and sharing these practical insights. And thank you to everyone listening. If today's discussion made you rethink the health of your HubSpot portal, now might be the perfect time to audit what's happening behind the scenes. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.